Really, really interesting matchup here. Servette popped off qualifying for the tournament. I didn't think they were going to make it in, and they did. And now they're going to see if they can make a run in the tournament itself. This is their opening series of the tournament. It's going to be a tough one. Barca have got insane potential. They don't always play to that potential, but of course we know what they can do. I know all of you Barca fans will know what they can do. So here's hoping that they can perform up to the standard that they want to play at. This is game 1 of a potential 5. Yeah, let's get into game 1 of Servette versus Barca. Sandrock, they play tomorrow. They play tomorrow versus Weedham Girls in their opening game. So big underdogs. I think underdogs of the tournament. The team that nobody from RLRS expected to make into the European Invitational have made it, and now they're up against one of the best teams in Europe on their day. And I say on their day because yesterday was not Barca's day. They did not look like one of the best teams in Europe. But will they be able to flex their mechanical ability, their individual skill, and really dominate in a matchup that I know a lot of their fans and a lot of viewers are expecting them to dominate in? Mirror, Yagi, and Zafer. A much more, I don't know, a much more unpredictable team. Nobody really knows what to expect from them. But like I said, with the Intel Open being this year, having a full lineup of players from the same country, it makes a lot of sense. And this is maybe going to be a team that we see make a run through the European qualifier for that tournament. Devo with a little no-flip knock-on. Zafer's in the back wall to intercept it. And the biggest change I'm looking for Barca to make compared to yesterday is passing in the midfield, passing out of defense. Just any kind of passing before they reach the final third, because that wasn't happening at all from yesterday. They were missing a lot of pressure, and they were giving away the ball a lot because they just couldn't get their passes working. Got Flakes in the Road Dogg XL today. He's not playing the Scarab. You could bet he's got a close cousin to the Scarab sitting on top of his car. Mirror sends the ball into the ceiling. Yagi pile drives it clear. Nobody able to read that one. The Mirror to the back wall. Zafer, third man, going to sit back and wait and see what happens. He respects Devo's double touch ability here, and that's wise. Devo, one of the first people to popularize a double touch. We've had all sweeps today, and if there's going to be a sweep in this matchup, you'd think surely it would be in Barca's favor. They've just got so much individual skill in this lineup, so much potential, and they're up against a team who didn't, I think, didn't maybe expect to qualify. I've not actually asked them. Maybe they did expect to qualify, but based on their RLRS results going into the tournament, they can't have been expecting an easy run in, that's for sure. They've already exceeded expectations. Now they've just got bonuses, potentially. Great timing on the pop clear from Zafer. You know, so far they have looked like a match for Barca in terms of speed. But Barca have been sending some warning signs their way. It's the ground play that I'm particularly worried about. If Flakes can get a dribble going, he could just 1v3 the entire lineup off Zafer, Yagi, and Mirror. I don't know if Mirror is completely rebranded to Mirror or if he's still going by Mirror Wing, because I know that's what he was before. Bit of a mouthful, but it's a pretty cool sounding name, I will say that much. Flakes with a knock-on clear. They look comfortable in these defensive positions, but I know they're not going to be happy about it being boxed in, especially against a team that they're supposed to be much better than. And that's actually going to be the opening goal from a 50-50. Well, he said Flakes ground play might be one avenue of success for Barca. This isn't exactly what I had in mind. That's just way too greedy though from Zafer. Outside of the ball in the defensive corner, trying to take a 50-50. It's not the right angle of approach, there's no doubt about that. And already Barca 1-0 up. Devo takes the ball away from his own teammate there as he clears it, but at least he took it away from an attacker as well. Yagi, flip reset. Delays his touch, and oh, he almost hit the rebound off it. It's going to be Mirror with a follow-up, but what a play by Yagi. We're talking about the solo plays that Barca might be making. How about that? He almost double touched it in himself after the reset midair. And that was a quick response. Servette not down and out after conceding a messy goal. They were right back into the game. And here comes again Yagi with a pre-flip off this reset midair. And now Barca might have to think about attacking this guy earlier in the air. If you're going to give him time to set up, that is so dangerous. He's got confident landings on the ball and really effective usage off those flips. Zafer concedes possession. Barca pressuring again. They want to get that lead back. They are retreating so deep into their own half. You can tell that they really don't want to get caught off guard on the counter-attack. Passing play in the midfield amounts to nothing for Devo and Flakes. Now Murder brings it down. He's dispossessed by Ronicky. Ronicky trying to get the ball into the centre, but it doesn't really fall favourably for Barca, who have got the right idea here. They're trying to pressure Servette into another defensive misplay, but the execution is not there. The last touch is missing for Barca. They're, like I said earlier, not able to flex on Servette mechanically like I think a lot of people thought they might. Devo clear to the side. Here's Flakes on the ground. He would have loved to have a bit more boost there, but he didn't have enough to make the play. And into overtime we go. We just saw 3 in a row in the previous match of the day. Vitality beating Weedham Girls in every single one of them. Let's see if Barca can keep the streak up for RLCS. That's a good pass from Ronicky. Knocked on by Flakes. Zafer is down the line. Didn't make a forward run. The ball just goes over his head. Yagi's had some impressive touches in this game. Can he find another one to give Servette a surprise win? Flakes on the ground, still looking threatening. Their follow-up challenges have been good for Servette. They're not leaving each other alone in defense. They know that that would be suicide against a team like Barca. Yagi this time, last man, and successfully gets the ball clear. Devo almost in front of the ball there. Ronicky sends it into the backboard. Flakes is up for it. His shot's going to bounce into the bar, and Yagi's got the back post covered for now. That really should have been the game. Flakes had a free hit on the ball thanks to the Servette miss in defense, but he just couldn't make it count. He still got the ball in offense, but now Servette have everybody back ready to defend. Over a minute into overtime already. We saw so many long ones in the previous series, and we're likely to see a similar sort of story here if Barca keep on defending like this. Yagi with a huge dunk, middle for Zafer, but he puts the shot wide. That was a glorious opportunity for Servette to seal the game. Again, Yagi causing problems. Always smashing the ball into the middle. Devo with a panic flip. He's got the back corner boost. Flakes tries to draw in multiple defenders. He doesn't get too many people strung in. Zafer off the ceiling. Down only as far as Ronicky. Does seem like Servette are just waiting for Yagi to make a big play again. The other two have not been as impressive with their touches. That's a miss in defense though from Yagi. Devo's there to put in the winning goal. That's great placement. And it's a second defensive misplay that lets Servette down. They were creating chances at the other end of the field, but you can't afford to mess up this badly in defense against a team like Barca. That is not the cleanest 1-0. It's not the game that Barca were hoping for after yesterday. I'm sure they want to have a bit more dominance. They want to come out stronger. But they got the win, and that's all that matters. Hey, RL_K, thanks to the 9-month tier 1. I believe that's the only one I was behind on. So can I tell my viewers to stop copy and pasting comments? As long as nobody's one-man spamming, I don't really mind, to be honest. If you want to have an educated discussion on the series, then go to the Reddit thread for today's tournament. Or, you know, I guess you can go reply to somebody who tweeted about the tournament you know, any of the tweets that are going live of clips, matches that are finished. Yeah, you're not likely to get much in Twitch chat. People are just going to start, you know, memeing and spamming, and that's just expected at this point. Well, what a touch there by Flakes. You know, there wasn't much he knew about it, but that pass was pretty sick at the end of the day. And they're already 1-0 up in game 2. Servette were able to respond quickly in the last game. Didn't take long before Yagi exploded onto the crossbar and left the easy shot for Mirror. That's promising for Barca. They don't connect with the pass, but at least they're looking for one. Still not been as impressive with the team plays as I expected them to be, and as I know they want to be, but now they're actually putting together some great passes. Look at this by Flakes and Ronicky. Started in the back with Devo as well. Let's see if they can do it again as the ball comes their way. When Barca do that, when they start to hit the ball towards each other, they look like a completely different team. It seems like all of a sudden, every touch that Barca is making is a lot more useful. It's a lot more directed at a teammate. Flakes and Devo linking up, putting some pressure on Servette. But yeah, who flipped the switch in Barca's control room and now made them start passing the ball? Because this is so much better from them. They've got Servette all over the place in defense. Combine that with the potential for solo plays, you've got yourself one of the most deadly offenses in the world. Devo there was looking for Flakes down the line. If they keep this up, I don't think that Servette are going to have a good time in defense. Devo to Flakes. Flakes on the wrong side of the ball. But again, I'm going to keep pointing it out. Barca are passing now. They've started to look for each other at all parts of the field. Double pre-jump doesn't work out though for Barca. Mirror's equalised. This was a bit of chaos at the back. Just a nice bounce for Mirror. He's read it well. And Flakes might have actually bumped Devo away from this one. There was all 3 Barca members trying to get in the way of that shot, and none of them were able to do so. Impressive as their offense was starting to become. They have fallen to the first hurdle in defense. Yagi's so threatening with the flip resets. He's got all kinds of people pre-jumping now. Trying to slot this one down into the middle of the box for a teammate to control. Flakes isn't streaming his perspective today, is he? I don't imagine he would after how unsuccessful their effort was yesterday against Veloce. But, you know, when he got a defensive bump on a teammate, I was thinking, wait, is he streaming? Was he reading chat? No, I'm sure it's just a momentary lapse of concentration. Yagi denies Devo an easy way through. Allows Zafair to come into the game as well. Flakes quickly off the ceiling. And he's blocked by Yagi as well. If nothing else, Servette are still keeping up with Barca. They're not letting Barca dominate the boost battle. They're not letting them dominate the aerial battle either. They're staying with them. That's a good pass infield. Flakes had no boost. I'm sure he would have sent that on target. Servette are defending well overall. Oh, that's a good play though by Barca. I don't know what Servette were thinking leaving this one. Did Zafir just misread the bounce here? Because instead of going for the ball, he went for the boost, and Barcelona are able to take the advantage. Flakes is getting a landing on the ball kind of goal there. But you know, right after I say Servette are defending well, they prioritize boost over a very, very dangerous ball, and they get punished for it. Barca up 2-1. Haven't had to defend too many dangerous chances in this game. The other benefit to Barca passing the ball more often in game 2 is that they haven't had to do as much defending because they've had more of the ball. Servette haven't had options in offense because they can't even get the ball off Barca for large parts of this game. Zafair into the middle, but the support's been taken out of the game. Roniki's looking for Flakes on the far side. Devo opting for the backboard. Unlikely to find a way through at that altitude in the modern day game. People are too quick, Servette included. Flakes with a beautiful wave dash pass to Roniki. The shot is sent clear of danger. Yagi in the midfield knocks the ball on. Flakes brings it down again. He's trying to dribble. 1v3 against everybody here. Thought about the bump on the goalie, but that early takeoff made him decide against it. Still, we're seeing a similar sort of story. All this passing from Barca, all this ball control is really starving Zafer, Mirror and Yagi of chances. They're just not able to control the ball for long enough. They're not able to dictate the flow of the game for long enough to set up an offensive opportunity. Massive credit to Barca. They look like a brand new team here, and you wonder, where has this play style been hiding? They needed a win in game one, and then suddenly they remember how to pass the ball. But if they can keep it up, they're going to be very scary moving forward. That's a game 2 win, and it looked a lot more comfortable this time around for Barca. Could have easily been more than 1-0, or by 1 goal rather. But we might see another sweep today. It was all game 4s and 5s yesterday. Now today it's all 3-game series. Like, I don't tell people not to spam the chat, because, you know, if people want to copy paste things, that's fine. But if you pick really boring memes and boring copy pastas and you get timed out because you're just you know, spamming boring things, then that's your fault. It's perfectly justified. Get timed out for not being funny. Man, how do you guys all have so many beats? Oh, it's so crazy. Anyway, game 3. And a continuation of the same for Barca would be ideal. That's a great read by Ronicky. Crossbar saves Servette for now. You know, he talks a lot about Barca today and what they've done well, what they've struggled with, but now we've had a good chance to see Servette in 2 games, seen what they're strongest at and what they've struggled with. It's very clear that mechanically they're fast enough, but the consistency of their touches has been, I think, their biggest problem. There have been many weak hits, and there have been many miss hits on the ball that have just got them in big trouble, and it's also denied them offensive chances. That's the number 1 thing that they need to focus on. It's just be more of a threat with their hits on the ball. If Barca aren't afraid to move in aggressively and just park their cars on the halfway line, because they haven't seen a hard clear in 2 games, and they're just going to do it over and over again. And that's what's starting to happen as Barca are advancing further and further up the field. They're passing the ball brilliantly, and as a result, Servette can't get out of their own half for large parts of the game, and when they do, they just end up losing the ball, and then they're straight back to defense. Flakes already having a lot of success with dribbles on the air or on the ground and in the air, I should say. Servette having to make a lot of blind clears because they're caught facing the wrong way. Ronicky also not afraid to bring the ball down and dribble in game number 3. Great read and a huge hit forward by Ronicky to deny what was a good chance for Servette to finally do something in offense. Yagi looking for a pass across the field, but nobody's with them. They just don't have any commitment, any aggression to work off. Outside of a couple of Yagi solo plays, there hasn't been much in the way of confidence from Servette. Flakes gonna get that ball safely to his side, secures the mid boost, and he might actually run on and make another boost steal. He does in fact steal the back corner boost as well from Servette, so now the whole team's boost starved. If Barca can get the ball across here, and this could be a chance for them to take the lead in this game. Nobody has a lot of boost at the back for Servette. They're really in a lot of trouble here. Barca are applying the squeeze. Big clear from Mirror. That'll give them the breathing room they need to start to restock on the boost that's been missing. Nice 50-50 by Ronicky. Dangerous angle for Servette to be taking. It's another good hard clear from them though, and that's giving them time to reposition, follow up on each other's touches. Good leave there by Ronicky. He knew Flakes probably had that one covered. And a big bump on the goal line. Oh, it's a save though from Mirror. Looked like that was destined for the net with the initial goalkeeper being taken out of the game. But what a recovery by Mirror to send that wide of the target. They're still in game 3, still all tied up. Boost continues to be an issue for them though. Flakes, so famous for stealing them in ones, and now he's doing it in threes. But what happened here? Where's the defense for Barca? Ronicky and Devo. One of them's on the back wall looking incredibly awkward. The other one's decided to run off to the middle of nowhere, and that's a wide open net in a position where there really should be someone to defend it. 1 minute to go. Barca have just thrown away what could have been a game that's fully under control. Devo dunks it forward. Flakes is there. Late touch on it, but it's too slow to be any real threat. I just can't believe though that Barca would leave their net open so carelessly. Flakes to Ronicky, but Ronicky's stationary when the ball arrives at him. Devo brings it down in defense. What an opportunity though for Servette to get on the scoreboard in the series. Such a necessity as well, with Veloce looking so good in this group. They'll need every win they can get in all the other matchups. And this could be devastating for Barca. They were getting better and better. They were looking like more of a team as this series went on, and now they might have just given one away. Indeed they have. Absolutely no opportunities at the end of the game for Barca. And that one goal that they just let through has cost them immensely. They should not have lost this game. They'll know that just as well as we do. They had the majority of the control. Their playstyle adaptations seem to be working. But a momentary lapse of concentration in defense has given the Servette boys an opportunity, and they've grabbed it with both arms. Let's see if they can continue to improve in this series. Will Barca go from bad to worse like they did yesterday? Yagi has been the man to watch for the most part for Servette. But I know Zafair and Mirror have got it in them to step up as well. They're going to need all three playing at their best if they're going to win this series. For now, let's see how Barca respond to things not going their way for the first time today. Are they going to forget how to pass the ball again? Are they going to be playing 1v5 with all three of their members? Because if they aren't passing, they don't look like anywhere near as good of a team, anywhere near as dangerous of a team. And they look a lot easier to beat as a result. Yagi flip reset. This time he is shut down early. Barca know that they can't give him all the time in the world to get those in position after seeing what he did to them in game 1. And here comes Yagi on the ground, and he's got the ball past the last defender. Great placement. 1-0 to Servette. And it's a brilliant fake challenge that gets the ball moving. Yagi pretending that he's going to move forward and 50-50 the ball with Flakes, and then pulls away and intercepts the clear perfectly. And just like in the last game, Ronicky was driving off into the middle of nowhere. He left his team's defense when perhaps he should have been going back. Too much of a focus on counter-attacking. Not enough on securing the back line for Barca. Oh, what a turnaround this is. Servette are really in this series now. And it looks like they are playing even faster than before. Yagi taking off from deep in his own half. He shoots hard to the crossbar. But that's the kind of confidence we didn't see earlier on. And here's even more. Now Zafair getting a goal. And this is the missing element for Servette. Earlier in the game, you would never have seen people getting up this quickly. We saw Yagi before, and then Zafair to follow up. Such fast aerial, so confident in the reads on the back wall. And if they can keep that up, Barca are in huge trouble. They must be tilted after losing game 3 so carelessly. That's good passing, but it's shut down well by Yagi. What a read in the final shot. Still promising to see Barca passing the ball when they're down. Are they going to keep that up? Almost conceding a third time there as Yagi gets into another aggressive position. Dunk center ball. Yagi puts it in. And there's no winning goal for Barca once again. 3-0 inside the first half. And it's Ivo and Ronicky both turning around in no man's land. Both in the exact same spot underneath the ball, accomplishing nothing. While Yagi puts it in right over their heads. Devo into the crossbar. Brilliant no ball cam takeoff there for Zafir. He knew that he could at least match Flakes for speed. Zafir close to ceiling height redirects the ball on target. Here comes Devo on the ground. Yagi fake challenges him off the ball and recovers brilliantly on the back wall. That's fantastic defense by Yagi. Incredibly awkward positions are being handled by every single member on Servette. They're getting better and better as the series progresses. But that's a nice center ball by Barca, and Ronicky will put it in. Flakes spotted him at the far post here, and it's a quick jump by Ronicky to get that one into the middle. Is that the start of a comeback? You definitely hope so if you're a Barca fan. If they go to game 5 against Servette after getting crushed yesterday by Veloce, you can guarantee their confidence is going to be an all-time low. That'll be a really difficult series to win. Yagi quickly up to make sure Ronicky doesn't get much from this. Flakes puts it underneath one. Mirrors panicked somewhat, but done well to keep the ball under control in the back corner. It's another center to Ronicky though, and Barca are back within one. And the predator instinct that Ronicky is so famous for, it's really starting to show its true colors now. Quickest to the ball on the last center, quickest to the ball on this one. Perfect timing on his arrivals. You know, that's what people were looking for Ronicky to do when he joined this team, to really be an all-star in offense. Flakes trying to get it to Ronicky in the middle again, and that's a hat-trick. What a comeback by Barca. Just when it looked like we might be headed to a game 5, Ronicky parks himself in the middle of the box, and everybody passes the ball to him over and over again. Let's just keep that up. They're just going to play two-man defense. Ronicky up front if this keeps going. Yagi finds a teammate on the right-hand side. He's up quick for this one, and that could have easily been 4-3. Great passing by Servette. We're still very much in this one. It's really difficult for them to defend all those goals that Barca just scored. And this might be another one. Flakes puts it wide. Might have been trying to connect again with Ronicky, who is still falling down on the ball there. Zafir looks for the center ball. Devo catches it on the back wall. Some very nice dribbling by Devo. He gets flapped into the air by the last challenge. Now Zafir going to return the favor at the other end of the field. Yagi looking for the double touch. And what a read that is, saved on the goal line by Ronicky, who's having a cracking game 4 here. It didn't start off too well, but boy has he shown up in the closing stages. 40 seconds to go. Still all to play for in game 4. Servette are really giving it a good go here. They're not just going to sit back and wait to see what happens. But the ground plays are looking scary. Flakes over the top of 2. And we're going to get someone else other than Ronicky scoring for Barca today. Great dribbling by Flakes. Perfect timing on the takeoff. And that is something that you have to think about when you're playing against that man. Don't let him dribble, because he is so good at it. Another chance for Servette though. They're still going for it. Yagi with the top corner equalizer. But we're not done in game 4. A 4-goal spree by Barca comes to an end. Brilliant placement by Yagi. Just past Devo, who was diving in the way, making himself as big as possible. What a game we've got here. It was all Ronicky in the initial comeback. Then Flakes with a phenomenal solo play. But Servette, even in the face of all that, have come back. And they're going to make this a great series. Will there be another twist in the tail before OT? It doesn't look like it. Devo wants to ground the ball. And will Servette be able to pull another great goal out the bag? Barca in this comeback have shown flashes of brilliance. And they need to do one more as well. Devo out of the game briefly. He does spawn on the same side as both of his teammates. Could have been awkward. Nobody was there to punish them. They'll take that opportunity for Servette. Flakes unsuccessful with the mind game on the right hand side. Servette, who have the majority of the pressure early on, but they need to be careful not to overextend. Mirror out the game for quite a while there. Everybody trying to dribble out of defense for Barca. It's going to be very difficult for Servette to play this one out safely. That's a good shot though. Zafair just takes it in overtime. It didn't look like much was going to go on here because Zafair's forward with 10 boost. But Ronicky went for the 100 in the corner instead of pressuring the ball, and he didn't have any help from Devo or Flakes. And it's another nightmare for Barca. That's the second loss in a row to Servette, the surprise qualifier to this tournament, who continue to impress. Didn't have a great start, did they? But now it's all to play for. Game 5. You know, if you ignore the Ronicky hat-trick, this game really did look one-sided in favour of Servette. They had one moment where Flakes popped off and got a dribbling goal. But apart from that, it was just centre ball to Ronicky. Centre ball to Ronicky over and over again. Not much happening besides that offensively for Barca. Whereas, look at Servette, they had multiple threats, they had multiple opportunities there. Blake's bringing the mark out for Game 5. But first opportunity will fall to Zafair, who won the last game, and he gets a walk-in goal in Game 5. That's just even easier than before. Where is Ronicky going? He's gone for the boost again. That is just not good enough at this level. I have no idea what has possessed Ronicky here. But like a moth to a lamp, he's just getting sucked in towards the bright yellow light. And once more, Servette get a gift. Which, is it all their birthdays today, or is Ronicky sending them all presents? Because this is just not good enough defensively from the hat-trick goal scorer in the last game. And to make matters worse, Yagi puts the second goal in. We're barely 30 seconds into the game, and already Barca look like they might be out of contention for the group. They're not completely out of it just yet, but they need other results to go in their favour if they lose this one. Having already been 3-1 by Veloce, but hey, it's the centre ball, and although Ronicky's not the one on the receiving end of it, apparently that's been a pretty good way for Barca to score. Thank goodness for them that they got something to work out this early. The longer they went without a goal there, you could just imagine how bad that would be for their confidence, how bad that would be for their team morale and chemistry. And they're right back in it, 1-goal game. Flakes locked up with Mirror on the sidewall. Neither of them able to make contact in the ball. Yagi comes in and capitalizes. You know, credit to Servette. To come back from 2-0 down in this series, the way that they have, they've nothing short of outstanding against a team like Barca, against an RLCS caliber team in a tournament of this size. Really fantastic job by them. Cannot stress just how impressive it is to play aggressively and make it work in this matchup when they were under so much pressure in the previous 2 games and not really looking like themselves. They look like the favourites from this point onwards. They've already won 2 games in a row, and they've got Barca completely boxed in. Double commit from Barca on the save. Luckily for them, they did get it clear. Yagi tries to get another flip reset, even on that awkward angle. I swear he's just doing a flip reset training pack here with a couple of orange moving obstacles in the way. Still the scoreline 2-1. Mirror with a spinning air dribble into 1. He's out the game for quite a long time though, and that has been something that Mirror has done at times. He's confident going forward in no boost, but he might end up there a bit too long. Such calculated play by Yagi again though. He's going to box Flakes out of the game. Flakes flops the wave dash. Doesn't get it past Zafair, who's also out of the game with not much boost to recover. Yagi The Predator in the middle again. That's off the inside of the post. Barca need to just have a goalkeeper for these shots. It's so dangerous to leave the net wide open when shots are going to come flying in like this. Yagi with another opportunity. Fake jump. Pops it forward. That's a great clear by Devo. Mirror alone at the back. Accepts the 50-50. But that's dangerous because Roniki's going to fire. Saved well by Yagi. Looking for the pass across field. Not able to find it. Mirror. Low on boost at the back. And that's a miss from Zafir. Great reaction by Mirror to make sure that nothing dangerous is going to happen. Roniki up for the shot. No double. Even though the backboard was open. Went for the top shelf. And you don't blame him after having such confidence in his shooting last game. It's Roniki again in the center, but he's off the post. That just had to be a goal for Barca. If it was last game, it would have been. You just expect every shot from Roniki in that kind of area to be on target. Flakes double touchdown low. It's saved. Yagi trying to run it clear, but everything's coming straight back into the middle now. Roniki with a backflip by accident. But still Barcelona are piling on the pressure. Flakes lobs it forward. Roniki's there. He is shut down, but it's towards Flakes again. And Yagi pops it into the crossbar. Defense hanging on for Servette. Finally they get a breather. They get a clear ball. That's been a long time coming. But Yagi's taken out of the equation. Now here comes Devo with the ground play. He's over one and it's gone in. Mirror couldn't get there. And this was a nightmare situation for Zafir. He's got Devo dribbling him. He's got Roniki trying to bump him. He tried to jump over the demo and then fly into a tackle. But it was just too much to ask. And he didn't make contact. 2-2. Barcelona force the issue. And they're back in the game. You know, our comeback last game was shut down by Servette. Are they going to do it again? Still all Barca. At the end of the game, Flakes saved by Mirror. And that's a cracking save as well. But Roniki awaits in the middle for the infield pass. And just like last game, he is the one who is most deadly in this area. What a pass though by Devo. That is a pass worthy of winning a series. He fired it straight at Roniki. Had to make a little read off the wall to do so. And now it is absolutely Barca's series to lose. Roniki gets a kickoff goal to make matters worse for Servette. And it's just all gone wrong at the end of the game. Flakes with a huge block on the kickoff. Leaves Roniki with hardly any work to do. And now, after all that, Servette are down by 2 in the final 30 seconds. Surely now Barca can finally win the game. You would think with their experience, with their ability, that it's just a done deal at this point. But what can Servette do? Yagi's run out of boost. He wanted a double, but he couldn't get there. Devo's just playing it slow. Roniki looks confident in blocking that shot. Flakes with another clear. And although Servette have given it a great go here, they won 2 games in a row and they came out with all guns blazing in game 5. It was just too much to ask. Barca, they gave themselves a good start to the series, and although they didn't finish it off in the most organized and cleanest of ways, they did get the job done. 3-2, Barca are back in it. They're not out just yet. They're not completely down and eliminated from Group C. I had to think there for a second about what group we're playing. Wow, what a series. What a series. No sweep. And it's all thanks to a great comeback from Servette, who are proving their worth. They're proving that they belong in this tournament. I'm going to find out if any of Barca are ready to hop into an interview here. Not sure if they are. Where are these guys? Oh, there they are. Okay, they're oh, I see them. Maybe they've been in there for a while. I forgot to scroll up. Okay. Devo and Roniki are going to chat to us about that game. Hello, boys.
Hello.
How are you guys doing? Let's try and keep this swear free, unlike yesterday, hopefully.
Yeah.
That would be ideal. So yeah, really clean series today. Is that what you had planned? Just a nice, quick Nah, jokes aside,
Yeah,
that was a
quick
struggle.
Yeah, quick 3 no.
I
Nah,
think
we really didn't
yeah,
play the best until like I would say game 4 and 5. We really didn't really show up in the first 3 games. We struggled a lot with the momentum of the game, and we didn't really
yeah.
play the way we wanted to play.
I think we definitely like underestimated them as well.
Yeah,
Like we
definitely.
didn't expect like some of the things they were like pulling off. I don't know.
Yeah, they definitely like stepped up to even qualify. I didn't expect them to make it through, but they beat a couple of good teams in qualifying for the tournament. It seems like they're peaking at the right time because they've been struggling in RLRS this season. Um, but yeah, Servette, what exactly were they able to do that was causing you guys problems? What sort of things did you not expect?
I don't know, like some of the like mechanics and stuff. Like they were pulling off some flip resets, and like Yagi was popping off as well.
I just saw
Like,
Yagi like in the if
The flipping in the flipping.
flipping
Yeah,
in the flipping sky
yeah.
coming from the moon, like just
I
scoring like a
mean,
really
Oh
weird
no, don't
angle,
get
bro.
Ronicky talking about the moon again. Nah, let's stay
No,
off that
oh,
topic.
yeah.
Let's talk about something else. But yeah, no, what do you do as a team against opponents who are ready to play that sound mechanically, who are doing flip resets and fast aerial plays? What's the counter, or what's your guys' plan against that?
I mean, we can like stop them from getting boosted in the first place, so then they can't do our stuff. And then, like in defense, we just like wait for them to get close to the goal and then challenge when we think it's like dangerous. I think
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah, it's definitely challenging. But you guys, after yesterday, had a lot of work to do. But you
Right.
do
Yeah.
have, at least I believe you have your own qualification back in full control. Or do you? Maybe you don't. It's hard to say actually because we haven't seen the other matches happen. But luckily for you, you will get to see Endpoint play twice before you have to play against them. So you'll
Alright.
figure out what you need to do in order to qualify. But yeah, versus Veloce yesterday, they were just on another level. Like, what changed between you guys beating them in RLCS and then yesterday, where it didn't go so well?
Uh,
I feel like the last few days we've had kind of like a downtime. We haven't really been playing as well as we usually do, and like when we played them yesterday, like they were just popping off. Like they barely made any mistakes, and they were just playing really well.
And then,
yeah,
oh, you're
we
running.
couldn't play our own game at all yesterday. Veloce was just completely stomping us, and we couldn't get out of defense. And I mean, we're a team that can obviously yeah, you saw against Reciprocity, they're like 59 shots and we're like 39 saves or something. Like we can
Yeah.
play in defense all game, but it's not really the way we want to play. We really want to start pushing up in offense and do some crazy like passing plays and stuff. So yeah, we didn't really pull that off yesterday, but I feel like we did that in the last 2 games today.
Yeah, the passing was definitely coming back. I noticed that in game two, every touch was a pass all of a sudden. Is that something that you guys discussed after game one to really make happen more often?
I think it was game 3 or 4. We just said like, yo, let's just pass every time we can. Like we really need to step up the offense right now to be able to win. And
Yeah.
yeah, we did.
Yeah.
So looking at RLCS, you guys are actually doing pretty well this season. It was hard for the community to predict how good you guys would do with a new team. But what are your expectations for RLCS moving forward? What's the goal? Because I was talking to Fairy Peak earlier, and he said that their real goal is just top 4, and top 2's a bonus if they get it. Are you guys thinking along those lines as well?
As
Yeah,
long
I'd
as we
say-
LAN. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, Bland's just the main goal for us, really.
definitely.
Yeah.
And everything is a bonus as well after that.
So you've played obviously Servette and Vel now. You got Endpoint to finish off the group. Is that a matchup you're confident in?
I
Well,
mean,
I mean-
we done well in RLCS against them, so as long as we play like that, like on when we have to play them, like on the day of RLCS, like if we play like that, then yeah, I think we should be fine.
Yeah, I agree.
And like, what are your guys' take? I saw yesterday a lot of hats, a lot of toppers, and fancy looking cars. What's it like playing with Flakes when he's busting out all these different vehicles? He's showing off the extent of his Rocket League garage to everybody. Is that something you really notice much?
I mean, it doesn't really affect how he plays. Like, he plays like the same in every other car, so I just let him do what he wants to do, really.
Yeah, he convinced us to try and change car as well yesterday, but it didn't really go to plan. But
yeah, sometimes I wonder what the comms are like when you load into the lobby and you see what on earth he's put together. You're thinking, really, the hotshot Christmas tree with the slime boost? Come on, man.
yeah.
You guys are going to be back next week to see if you can make it through what's turning out to be a very interesting group. Best of luck to you. Thanks for taking the time to talk to us after an epic 5-game series against Servette. And best of luck as well in RLCS this weekend.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Appreciate it.
Have a good day.
All right, have a good one, guys.
Yeah, have a good one.
Yeah.
That was Devo and Ronicky from Barca after their 3-2 win over Servette. Pretty good showing for Servette though in their first series of the tournament. They can definitely do something in this group. There's certainly potential. They've still got to play against Veloce. That's going to be a struggle. But if they can get a good result against Endpoint, you never know. I mean, if Endpoint beat Barca and then Servette beat Endpoint, we've got a little three-way tie there, and I could see that happening. I think like Endpoint beating Barca, I wouldn't put money on that, but it's possible. And then Servette, if they can beat Endpoint, again, wouldn't put money on it, but I think it is possible. And we've got a very interesting little three-way tie because Servette have given themselves the perfect start there with a 2-3 loss. If you're going to be in a three-way tie, you got to lose 2-3, not 0-3. But yeah, one other thing to note is that we don't have to play around a GeoGuessr this time because that was a 5-game series, so we're going to get straight into the next game.